Oh yes, welcome back to another video everybody, and I am back on the Cornish coast and I've got the Trevose Lighthouse which is behind me there. And today's adventure, I think we're going to go and head along the southwest coast path here, and we're going to go to the Padstow Lifeboat Station, which is not that far of a walk. This is a fantastic area for anybody that's coming to Cornwall just to go and do some exploration along the coast here. Very easy walk along this kind of like a little circular route here, which you start off at the National Trust car park here just by the Trevose Lighthouse, and you can do a very nice circular walk along this kind of like peninsula here. So that's what we're going to do today, and we're going to come back and photograph the lighthouse later as the sun's setting and the high tide is with us. Let's go. Couldn't get my camera equipment together quick enough earlier. I was just parked up at the car park which is just behind me there, and suddenly a rainbow formed and I couldn't get to it quick enough. I think I got one decent shot, but not kind of like the shot I was after. Maybe we'll try again later, but yeah, I couldn't get my camera out quick enough, so it was a bit disappointing, but it doesn't matter. We're going to get some fantastic shots today because this is an incredible area for seascape photography. Well, I've got to say, it's nice to have a bit of sunshine, because over the last 2 weeks in most of England, we've had the most horrific weather conditions here. We've had torrential rain, which has just flooded a lot of the area. It's damaged roads. There's been accidents on the motorways and dual carriageways. A lot of tarmac's been damaged on a lot of the roads as well. You've seen a lot of accidents. Riverbanks have been bursting, so it's been really bad here in England, unfortunately, at the end of kind of like January where we are now. But even in Devon today, the weather forecast was not looking good at all. So I've come down to Cornwall because they've got a good weather forecast here today, which is kind of surprising. So I'm just kind of like dodging the bad weather, and works out great for me because I get to come down to a place I love here on the Cornish coast. And look at the spray coming up here, and the waves kicking up here. It's getting pretty wild down there. The wind's not even that bad either. It's probably only about 8 mile per hour wind. So I did bring my drone with me today, which I haven't flown for quite some time actually. So I'm looking forward to taking that off later, but we'll definitely be taking it off and getting some shots of the lighthouse later, I think, from out to sea. That's kind of like where I want to get a shot from and get a picture of the lighthouse here looking inland. Here we go, Trevose Lighthouse, everybody. There she is. Still an active lighthouse, of course. You can just see how all the rocks here, very dangerous for shipping vessels around this area. So this lighthouse will prevent any ships from coming close to this area, and I'm sure this area has claimed numerous shipping vessels over the years. Very well maintained looking lighthouse as well. I mean, it looks freshly painted there. It looks beautiful as the lights hitting it, doesn't it? It looks like it's built yesterday almost. Looks like it's had a fresh coat of paint. Just gonna get some quick shots of the lighthouse. Just one in landscape orientation. I do have my polarizer on, just because we're near the sea, and I love the colour of the sea down here. And when you got a polarizer on, you just give it a little bit of polarization. It really makes that water pop. Keep the gate shut. There might be some livestock grazing around here. Well, this is coming up to the end of the headland already, look. As I was saying earlier, it's very easy walk along here, nothing strenuous at all. Just good footwear is key up here. We're coming up here on a summer's day as well. It's a really nice place just to come, and a lot of families come up here and have a picnic and just kind of sit around here and take in the views. Nice spot. A couple of holiday parks around here as well. So there is another road which is less muddier than this, which you can walk along just up there. But that's kind of like one of the main roads where you come in. So that's kind of like the circular route you can do. You'll see it, you'll come across it when you're when you drive up to Trevose Headland, because there's only one way to drive in and out of here, so you'll see it. But up here is a incredible view, and there's an area I've actually photographed a lot over the years because I just love coming up here. It's a beautiful part, and hopefully you'll understand why once we get up here. Oh, this is muddy. People have been stacking rocks here, look. Maybe I'll add my touch. There you go. Done my part. Not quite sure why they're stacking them there, but it's not the highest point on this headland, but yeah, nice little touch. There's a bench just on the edge of the headland up here where people can come and take a rest. Quite a nice place to get a photograph just from back here, looking out towards the bench, especially when people are on it. Just gives a nice perspective, I think. Here we are. Let's take this view in a sec. You can see Padstow, you don't get a really good view of it here actually, but the Padstow Lifeboat Station is just down here. Looks like they've locked the gate to it, which I don't know if you'll be able to get a good shot. You used to be able to get quite a good shot from here. Probably head down onto this headland here and we'll get a shot of it from there. I've got to be very careful. There is a vague path here that we can go along, so it's important just to stick to the paths up here, especially from the weather that we've had lately. But if anybody that knows, this is kind of Rick Stein territory up here, because you've got Padstow up that way, and if you've ever watched Rick Stein's cooking programs and travel programs throughout the years, you'll see that he spent a lot of time, and you might recognize some of these places around here. In fact, one interesting fact is there's a house just over there. It's a white house. Not going to show it too much, but it's very obvious when you come down here. That's actually Rick Stein's old family home. And if you've seen a couple, I think he done his one of his Cornwall episodes. He done a series on Cornwall, and he actually come down to this beach, which is just down here in one of the episodes. And around here on the beach, he actually picked mussels off the rocks down there, and then he took his mussels back to his house in Padstow and made a mussel omelette for breakfast. So yeah, this is a big part of Rick Stein's kind of like family area here. So it's a very beautiful part of Cornwall here. Very uneven footing around here. Taking that extra bit of care to be slow and patient along here. Not the place to be having an accident. Do not want to be having to call the RNLI Coast Guard out to come and get me off this peninsula here. I can see some sort of small seabirds in this area, but going to be difficult to get a shot of them. Here we go. The first viewing of the Padstow Lifeboat Station here, look. Incredible structure, hey? Look at this. Woohoo! It's amazing. A lot of sea spray kicking up there. Strange, really, because there's only like 8-10 mile per hour winds here, and getting such a big haze in this little cove here. Well, I'm just gonna try and get a picture of this lifeboat station, but kind of sod's law really, because I've come down here to dodge the bad weather, and I'm getting some bit too harsh light now. I've got just bright blue skies and very harsh sun facing me on, and I want to get a shot of this. So just decided I'm going to put a 10-stop filter on there. So I'm at F13 there, and I'm at 1/50th of a second, ISO 64, and I've had to go 2 stops down just because of that harsh light there. I'm clipping slightly in my highlights, so 1/50th of a second there with a 10-stop filter and a polarizer on there should give me about 15 seconds, I think. 10 seconds now. So I'm going to do a 3-second delay on that, just so I don't touch the camera while I press the shutter. I've already focused. Yeah, wait 3 seconds and that'll take a shot. So that's doing a 10-second exposure there, which will just kind of smooth this water out a little bit. I'm just trying to create a bit of an artistic shot here, if anything, because of the harsh light. I'm just really trying to get a little bit creative. I don't use filters that often, so it's kind of nice to do it every now and then, you know. Being mindful of the sea spray here. So as soon as I've cleaned that, I'll take a shot. Because obviously that lens is very exposed there to this sea spray, so as it's taking a 10-second shot, spray might be hitting that, so you want to give yourself the best chance. Clean it and then get that shot straight away. Oh, worked out relatively nice that. Just gonna head just to this little point here, I think, and see if we can get another shot there. Kind of liking the old 10 stop on at the moment, especially in these bright conditions. So hopefully we can get another shot of the end of the headland, which is just here, look. I'm not going to go any further than this. This is the only accessible point up here. Wow. A lot of seabirds, a lot of seagulls down here, look. Whew. Quite nice having them in this shot, actually. Yeah, there's tides. I think we're at probably about an hour until full high tide now. And you can see it as the waves are kicking in here, and I mean, it's not really that wild, the coast here at the moment, but still, very dangerous ocean around here. Well, I got some seagulls just perched up on the rocks down here. Kind of like how dramatic the coastline looks with them in the shot. And it kind of like takes away from the harsh sunlight that we've got. Right, let's go to a different vantage point, I think. Just gonna head down the road, and I think there's a kind of like a public footpath where we can get like a different perspective. Whoa, what is that? Oh man. Don't know if anybody could see that. I have no idea. It's like a big beetle. Oh man, I don't know what that was. Oh, like a shell off a beetle or something. It was huge. Okay, we need to kind of find the footpath again. This looks like it's it. Oh man. Oh, I know what I'm going to be cleaning later when I get home. Oh, God, stinks as well. Oh. No. Well, I've just come down this section of coast path here, and it's kind of like where you cross where the main road down to the lifeboat station goes, and I'm just going to go and check out part of this coast path down here, because I want to try and get a shot of the lifeboat station from up here, which I'm hoping I'll be able to get a viewing from it. But I've never done this way before. I've never explored this path. Always kind of like driven by it, which is up the main road just up there. But this is, of course, officially part of the Southwest Coast Path. Wait. Oh yes, here we go. What a spot to have a house, eh? Wow. Stunning. Some more modern houses over there in the distance as well. Yeah, oh yes, here we go. Oh, this is a very good spot. Oh, we've got just a bit of light, I think, on the Padstow Lifeboat Station as it comes into view here. Oh, wow. Beautiful, beautiful view. If I can get close to here, not too close, just about see the lifeboat station over there. I think some of the nicest light I've seen today has actually come from this direction, actually. These two modern houses on the distance over here look really nice. The high tide's kicking up strong here as well. Gosh, this is a nice point. A lot of nice little coves around here, look, eh? Gosh, look at this. Wow, never been here before. This is a nice, really nice spot. Well, I just had some nice light, but all of a sudden that light is just completely gone, and it's just completely changes the shot now. It really does make this place look very dramatic, and there's a cave down here as well, where you can see that there. And there's water kind of like, there must be like a little entrance over that side as well, because it's just bursting, kind of like flowing through there and coming out the other side there. So I just, again, experiment with some different shutter speeds, 10-stop filter on a second ago, 6-stop filter on. Another fantastic landscape shot here. The light's a lot more equal now here on this coastline, and love the two houses there and the lifeboat station and just the rocky outcrop there. It's a really nice landscape shot, that, or seascape shot, shall I say. But yeah, I think this is one of the best perspectives that we've seen today, actually. I mean, again, just shows you how incredible this place is to photograph. But we've still got the best to come, because we've got to go back up to the lighthouse now, which we're going to do now. And time is running out. What time are we on? Ooh, 3:10. And the sun is slowly setting behind us. So let's get back up to this lighthouse. Well, I've just come from a little entrance path down onto the coastline from down that road, and this is the main road coming in and out of the headland here. And this is the road here, which will take you to the lifeboat station, and in the distance there I could see like the bench where we were on the far end of the headland up that way. Yeah, Padstow Lifeboat Station there, look. The sign for it, and yeah, again, Padstow Lifeboat Station and parking. So this will tell you the way to the National Trust car park, which is where we parked earlier. So basically I've done a circular route from here, from where we were earlier. So we went across the coast path, which is a bit muddy, and then you can join this main road and hike the tarmac trail up to the car park again. And it's again, very easy walk. No real inclines. If you're in a rush to do it, it'd probably take you about an hour and 15 minutes, but me stopping taking pictures all the while, I think we're about 2.5 hours, 3 hours in now. Wow, this is going to be amazing up here, I promise you. We're already looking at the beach down over there. Let's have a look. So that's Constantine Bay over there. Several beaches along there, and a couple of holiday parks as we were talking about earlier as well. Oh, got a bit of a rain cloud here, which is just impeding our light at the moment. So we've been spoiled today though, haven't we? With that beautiful blue sunshine earlier. I mean, I could There's a couple of people walking along the southwest coast path over there, and I could go down there, but we haven't got the time really. It's a shame. All right, it's 3:30, so we've got about an hour and a half until sunset, and we're doing well. Haven't done too bad today at all, I don't think. I've timed it really well. But the wind's picked up a little bit now. I was hoping to take my drone up. I've actually taken my drone up from here before, and got some incredible footage, which I'll might share in this video as well. But I'm going to still try and take my drone up again, because we haven't come this far to not have a go. And I like to think my drone can handle some windy conditions, but you have to fly quite far out to get the good shot inland of the lighthouse. So it's always a bit of a heart-throbbing kind of flight to take with that drone. God, these steps have taken a bit of a thumping with all this heavy rain that we've had. Looks like it's been flowing down here, doesn't it? With all this, the steps are falling apart. But we're good, we're safe. Again, keep safe here now. Because last thing we need is the RNLI coming out after us. That's a good point, actually. Didn't mention it earlier. Since we've spoken a lot about the RNLI Padstow Lifeboat Station today, if you go on the RNLI website, and you should be able to make some donations there. And if you ever see the RNLI about, you usually see them at events or, you know, hanging outside their lifeboat stations in any towns, especially on the southwest coast, then definitely go and give them a donation. A lot of these volunteers that work for the RNLI, they don't get paid. They're all volunteers. So whenever there's an emergency out at sea here, these lot are out there saving lives. Whoa, there we go. All systems go now. F11, 1/15 of a second. Oh, just a nice bit of light touching it there. The sun's just broken through that cloud. These waves are crashing in here, look. Woo! Go on. Here we go. Keep an eye on the lens. Ooh. A lot of sea spray kicking up onto that. Gotta be quick. Oh, even better light. Come on. Oh, we got a rainbow. Got a rainbow just pointing out of just coming out of the lighthouse there. Just like we did earlier. Come on. This is when it's really good to have a polarizer on, because if you have a bit of polarization, just twist that polarizer and it'll make the rainbow, really, the colours of the rainbow really stand out when it's at polarization. If you just twist the polarizer, you'll see it. Just keep your eye on that rainbow as you twist your polarizer, and it will expose the colours of the rainbow that little bit more. Oh, this is mega. Come on, a little bit more. I really want that rainbow to pop, but it's just very faint. And I think that's the last bit of rain clouds we're going to get coming in here. I definitely think it's a bit too wild to be sending the drone up in this. My drone won't last 5 minutes in this weather now the wind's really picked up. Come on, rainbow. Nah, it's fading. Whoa. Oh, yes. This is the life for me. Look at this light. Crashing waves. This is just coming out to this other end of this peninsula here. Look at this rock. It all looks like kind of slate. Very strange. Look how it's layered here. The rocks, nice texture. Nice texture here, look. Makes a nice foreground subject, but the spray here is crazy. So it's going to be difficult to keep your camera steady on this. Been down here before, I've got, whoa, just like that. Got to be so careful here. So slippery. This looks a nice, flat, even bit, but God, the spray. Look at the texture in the rocks here though. Amazing. And that wild sea, look, you do not want to end up in that. You would not last a minute in that. It's crazy how wild that is. I've never seen it that wild down here. I'm sure it has been, but I've never seen it like it. Been down here a few times, so. Right, let's get some shots. Well, there's lights with us. Come on. Well, I'm just trying to incorporate this foreground into the shot here. And I've just found a nice bit of a leading line here. I've just got it in portraiture orientation, and I'm going to have to focus stack it. I am at f20, 24 millimeters there, just because I don't want that lighthouse to get too lost in the distance there. So just focus stacking this foreground. Doing a couple of touch autofocuses there, and then taking one for the backdrop of the lighthouse. It's quite important when you're taking photographs of the lighthouse here to try and keep your camera up level, because the more you tilt your camera down, the more that lighthouse will tilt like that, and it will seem a bit off when you come to look at it in your pictures later on. So being a bit mindful of that, keeping my eye very close on that lighthouse. I am tilted forward just a little bit, but you won't notice that. I could probably correct any disorientation like that in post-processing later down the road. But yeah, just really trying to make sure all this foreground's in focus. Just doing touch autofocus there, look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'll take, just to remind myself, I always put my hand in front of my camera lens there, just to remind myself in post-processing that I've taken 5 shots in that kind of like area, so they're easier to find later on when I'm on Lightroom. Again, keeping very close eye on my lens here. A lot of spray kicking up onto this. Got to be very quick at taking your shots in this sort of environment. As soon as that lens cloth is off, get in there and start taking your photographs. Right, just getting some shots of this single kind of like little rocky foreground coming out here. Just testing some long exposures, might be a bit of a waste. There's no sea spray on my lens, so I'm all right there. I think the wind has settled a little bit. I was in 2 minds to take my drone up, but I'm kind of hoping the sun's just going to drop in here in a second and it's going to reveal itself again, because this big band of cloud is just missing us. Probably a bit fortunately actually, because it's looks to be a bit wet up there. But I can just feel kind of like the salty water on my lips, and it's getting a little bit chilly now. Oi. Let's check that. The camera's still working. Look at this view though, hey? Believe it or not, there is a little boat just over there, and it looks tiny. He's so brave. Some light rays coming in over in the distance here, look now. Come on. Let's go. Oh, my camera's done. Oh, yes. Getting some long exposures. Don't know how well they'll turn out, but just something different, you know? Just experiment with different shutter speeds. Once again, everybody. Just going to take this view in here, look. These light rays. Come on. Well, I think that's it, everybody. The sun's gone, the moon's come out, and that just brings an end to an incredible day here at Trevose Head Lighthouse here in Cornwall. I'd like to thank everybody for joining me. See you on the next adventure.